There's this thing that construction companies do where they emulate, or even in some cases flat out copy, what others in their market or in their industry are doing. Don't do that. Real growth is going to come from innovating strategies and tactics that you get from other industries and bring them into our industry where they're new and exciting. I'm Joe Hughes, and I run Contractor Dynamics, the roofing industry's leading, if not only, marketing training platform. You can learn more about us at contractordynamics.com. Today, I'm going to be talking about the 3 biggest mistakes that I see roofing companies making in their businesses. Now, just to give you some context, my team and I have been doing marketing for the construction and roofing industry for over 7 years. We've worked with hundreds of clients, hundreds of companies all over the country of all different sizes. So it's safe to say that I've seen a lot, and we continue to see a lot every single day as we interact with this industry. The number one mistake that I see roofing companies making is being almost 100% sales focused. Now, what do I mean by that? Most companies in this industry are sales focused, which is great. They're out there hunting for business every day, knocking on doors, cold calling, drumming up business any way they can. And that's fantastic. Like, that's how you start. That's how you start growing. Very few companies in our industry have any semblance of a marketing system or a marketing process in their business. And by marketing, I'm not talking about buying leads. I'm not even talking about hiring a marketing agency or a marketing guy to feed you those leads. I'm talking about having a system inside your business that builds your brand and generates demand consistently for your services. I'm talking about having marketing DNA inside your business, like knowing how to actually get your own customers. If you're relying on outside parties and outsourced marketing companies and buying leads to generate customers for your business, that's a giant vulnerability. Now, I'm not saying that those things are bad, like door knocking and telemarketing and buying leads. Those things can all be a part of your overall marketing system, of your customer acquisition system. But if you're relying on those things 100%, and we see this all the time, it's a massive risk. And hunting works really well until it doesn't. So the companies that have a marketing system, the companies that are generating demand all year long for their services, are the companies that are farming. So they're hunting for customers today, but they're also planting the seeds and farming for customers down the road, for customers tomorrow. And I really want to get this point across to you, to have a marketing system inside your business. You've got a sales system inside your business. Hopefully, you're not just winging it. Maybe you've got some sales training. Maybe you've got some manuals. Maybe you've got some videos that you're either leveraging from outsourced companies or that you built in-house. Like, you've got some sort of a sales process. I'm telling you that you need to have a marketing process moving forward. You need to have a way of getting customers internally from within your business. So the action here is to learn how to do some of this stuff. Now, if you're a busy owner, I get it. I'm an owner too. I know we're wearing lots of hats. You've got to make the time. Like, this is crucially important to your business. I know you're running around all day, kind of managing jobs, maybe putting out fires, doing a bunch of other things. You've got to make time for marketing, even if it's just 30 minutes a day, to learn some of the basics. Now, I'm not saying that you need to always do your marketing. You always need to be the guy and like, oh man, Joe, you're just throwing one more thing on my plate that I have to do. No, I'm not saying that at all. You need to learn the basics so you can effectively either hire someone in-house, work with someone in-house that you already have in your team already, and or work with outsourced marketing agencies and marketing guys. The more that you can collaborate with those different people, the better off you're going to be. Now, if you're an owner and you're like, you know what, I get the importance of marketing. I don't really want to spend too much time on it. I'm not personally that interested in it. I'm a sales guy. I'm a sales dog. Like, I just go out and sell. And hey, most of our clients are like that. Then find someone within your company that can take on that role of marketing. Maybe it's an office admin. Maybe if you're smaller, it's like a spouse or someone, or a daughter, or a son. Maybe it's a full-time marketing person. increasingly our clients of all different sizes are hiring that full-time marketing and business development person. The ROI of that person is huge, and you usually get an ROI within a few months if you do it right, because that's a revenue driving position right there. Someone who's out there doing biz dev and someone who's doing marketing for your business, you can turn that ROI pretty quickly. So have someone in your company that's waking up every day and thinking about how they can market your company, how they can build your brand, how they can get more people in your local area or your local areas, if you have multiple offices, to know who you are. Someone in your company should be waking up and thinking about that as their first thought. So make sure that happens, whether it's you as the owner, someone else on your team that you have currently, maybe someone else that you can bring in either part-time or full-time to fulfill that role. It's not that scary. It's not that expensive. It's essential if you want to grow to that next level, to have that marketing system inside your business. The second biggest mistake I see companies making in the roofing and contracting space is that the owner is doing way too much. Look, I get it. I'm an owner. I'm wearing a lot of hats. I know I'm doing some things in my business on a weekly basis that I shouldn't be doing. But the number one thing is to be self-aware. Be aware of exactly what you're doing and how you're spending your time. Do an audit of your time. Now, once you have an idea of how you're spending your time, ideally it's in like a Google Doc or a Google Sheet or some sort of list that shows you clear as day how you're spending your time. And this can be very eye-opening, but I recommend this to everyone. Once you have that, then the next step is to make a plan to fire yourself from those jobs that you don't want to do and or should not be doing in your company. So the way to do that is to have that list of everything that you're doing in your business, all the activities you're doing on a weekly basis, be brutally honest about that, and then make another list. Do some vision planning, do some thinking about what activities you're doing in your business as your ideal business, right? So if I could wave a magic wand, my ideal business looks like this, and here's what I'm doing on a weekly basis. Here are my responsibilities on a daily basis. Here's who I'm meeting with. Here's who I'm talking to. Here's what I'm doing. Am I out on the job site? Am I in the office? Am I at home? Am I working half days? Like, what does that ideal situation look like? So you have your current situation, you have your ideal situation, and then take a look at your ideal activity list, and anything that's on your current list that is not on your ideal list, then make a plan to get that off your list. So make a plan to delegate that to someone within your company, make a plan to hire someone in-house and bring them in-house to handle some of those tasks, like batch a bunch of those things together and create a nice little job description for someone. You can outsource those things. Maybe some of those things can be systematized with like a new piece of software, or just spending a couple hours to like make a few tweaks to make a process go more smoothly. Or maybe there's things in your business that no one should be doing at all. They're just like busy work because you don't have a good system or process for getting those things done on an automated basis. So make a list of those things that you want to fire yourself from, and make a plan for getting rid of those tasks. Put some deadlines on it, put some timelines. Like by September 1st, I will no longer be picking up materials. I will no longer be selling. I'll no longer be doing whatever it is in your business. Everyone's going to be different. I cringe every time I'm talking with a client or I see someone on Facebook, like an owner, they're like picking up material. They're, on the roof picking up debris, or on the lawn picking up nails, or like doing something that like a $10 an hour person could be doing. So get yourself out of that mindset that you have to be doing everything, and get super clear on exactly what type of business you want, what you want your week to look like, what you want your daily activities to look like. One of the best books, one of the best resources that I know on this topic is called Traction by Gino Wickman. It is a dense book. So it's going to take a little time to go through, but it's basically a framework for an entrepreneurial operating system for your business. So I highly recommend checking that book out. Mistake number 3 that I see companies making all the time is paying too much attention to what others are doing. Look, most companies in any industry don't know what they're doing. They're just winging it. So if you're looking at another company and trying to emulate what they're doing, it's not going to get you very far. And you're going to end up looking and sounding like every other company in your market. And that's the absolute worst place we want to be. That's the last place we want to be, is looked at as just another roofer or just another contracting company in my market. Instead of worrying about what others in your market are doing, focus all of your energy on becoming the preeminent choice for people to do business with in your market. Widen the gap as much as you can between yourself and everyone else over here. You want everyone else to be over here. You want to put your company in a category of one over here to make yourself the clear and obvious choice in your market. Don't get locked into this narrow way of thinking that you see at like industry conferences and on social media and everything like that. The biggest breakthroughs, the biggest points of innovation that are going to happen within your company are taking things that are working in other industries and bringing them into the roofing and contracting space, where most companies are a few years behind the times in terms of innovating software and marketing and sales strategies and overall business systems. Some content recommendations I have: go pick up some Jay Abraham books. Jay Abraham is one of the OGs of marketing, and his strategy of preeminence is what motivated me to include this mistake here. Go listen to some Gary Vee podcasts. Listen to what Gary Vee has to say. He's got some awesome ideas that if you just implement will have a profound effect on your business. Read Story Brand by Donald Miller. Awesome book about building a unique brand and telling your story to connect with more people in your market. As far as podcasts, I'm a big podcast listener. I'd recommend Masters of Scale by Reid Hoffman. I'd also recommend How I Built This, which is an NPR podcast. So whatever it is, like, consume some content, go to different conferences, connect with different people that are outside your industry, and find these little things that are working in other industries and bring them into our industry, and be creative, and don't worry about being different. Actually, focus on being different, and that's what's going to propel you to the growth that you want. So there you have it. My top 3 mistakes that I see roofing and contracting companies making all the time. Hope you got some value out of this. And remember, it's not valuable unless you implement it. Now, don't go try to implement everything that I talked about in one day or 1 week. My recommendation would be to pick one area from each of these 3 categories and work on improving that area. You're going to get some traction there. It's going to give you some feedback. You're going to get motivated to want to do more of that. So go out and make it happen. If you want to learn more, get some more free training videos, go to contractordynamics.com. We've got a whole bunch of stuff there for you. And if you've got any questions or feedback on this episode, feel free to shoot us an email at team@contractordynamics.com. We'll talk to you soon.